Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I'm here today to share with you my thrift haul, Thrifty Canucks, Thrifty Thursday stuff. But before I do that, I wanted to share a really fun book with you because I know I have a lot of book people here. I just got this book. It was not thrifted. I got it for the bookstore day at my local bookstore. It's the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows by John Koenig. So it's a really cool book because basically it gives descriptions, like the terminologies for things that are like kind of sad, but they don't really have words. It's a compendium of new words for emotions. Its mission is to shine a light on the fundamental strangeness of being a human being, all the aches, demons, vibes, joys, and urges that are humming in the background of everyday life. So like they give a few, examples of what you'll find in here, like annulment, the bitterness of having arrived here in the future, seeing how things turn out, but unable to tell your past self. Onism, the frustration of being stuck in just one body that inhabits only one place at a time. So it's a really interesting book. So yeah, check it out if you are looking for something new to read and that's kind of quirky. That being said, we have a little thrift haul to go through. I went out today for a little bit and I found something I don't need, but I wanted, so please bear with me. Fabric. I know. I've told you before I don't need fabric, but I couldn't not with these bags. They were so cheap. And there's beautiful patterns. I want to say pictures in them. So we've got birds, little Christmassy, like just gorgeous quilt squares. There's a few little scraps in there that I'll just shove in my scraps over here. But lots and lots of really nice like quilters fabric, right? Like look at these little boats and planes and castles and all sorts of things. Clouds. And a lot of these are like nice pinked squares. They obviously need to be pressed. But look at this one, if I can get them apart. Castles, so cute. Nice blues. I think some of these are like charm pack fabrics, quilters charm packs, because they're like, they kind of match. Like that looks like it's all for one quilt. And then there's some other bits and bobs. Also like quilting squares. Again, I was the envy of the lady at the checkout who's like, oh, if I'd known they had these, I would have bought them. And I'm like, I'm sorry, honey. Look at that pretty. Just lots of lovely bits and bobs and some scraps and things. Yeah, makes you wonder, like, what were they doing here? What were they cutting like this? This is funny. But it doesn't matter because these are the perfect kind of things that I love using for tabs and stuff. So, though I do say I don't need any fabric, it's true. This is the kind of thing, like, I know I'll use, right? Like, it's not going to sit around for a super long time. Where I run afoul is, like, the larger fabrics that I get to make myself dresses, and I'm so behind on doing that because I don't know, like once you become a parent you kind of do literally everything for your kids. So I'm like always making my kids things, like little jumpers for my son or like little dresses for my daughter or like little shirts or whatever for either of them. But I've had so many things sitting waiting for me to actually deal with for myself. Yeah, I have much amending in my mending pile. So anyways, that is that. So we will take all these scrappy bits here and just set them over here, and I've got these kind of organized, so that's good. Then yeah, this is not the only bag of fabric. They're $2. What can I do? I'm hopeless, guys. And I was here only 2 weeks prior, and they had these massive, humongous bags of scraps, but they were like more scrappy than what this is. And they were like $5 for like a humongous bag of really pretty fabrics, and I left it behind. I was like so proud of myself. And this week I couldn't not. But like, these are quilt squared, like these are cut, you know, they're sewn together, they're fun, they'll be really easy to use, and like the patterns are beautiful. Some batik, some stars, more of that, a few different shapes. Then there's a bunch of strips and blues. I need extra hours in my day to do these things. This one's like a hippy dippy kind of cars. It's funny. Well, see, this is something like my son's in love with cars right now. He would love that. Both my kids would love that, actually. Lots of brights. And this is a bit of a, like a white with a floral on it. Some Valentine's feeling stuff. This looks like little 4-leaf clovers. But yeah, like really nice patterns. This is the one that caught my eye. He Still Loves Me by Jackie Robinson for Bernartex. So pretty. Then, this is the first bag. Okay. So this bag is a lace bag. It was just kind of random. This is what started the whole thing with the fabric, is I saw this bag of lace and then I went into the textiles. So some eyelet. This I thought was quite unique. Very pretty. A bit of pink. Some kind of burgundy ribbon. This little bit of string that I don't know that I'll really need to use for anything. This very interesting little buckle. More eyelet lace. But this is what caught my eye, was this chunk right here. Whenever I see this kind of thing, I'm like, yup, need it. Gotta grab that bag. Also, this is really pretty and sparkly. It's a nice wide piece as well. And then some random pearl and ribbon and such. These will just go into my random, like, drawer of random bits of lace and bobs like this. These things, like, they come in handy. Like, you know, I had in my shabby crepe challenge that I participated in, like I had an all things pearls, you know, prompt, and this is the kind of thing that comes in handy for that. So I have a little in my library cabinet. I have like a 94, 96 drawer library cabinet. I have a thing that just has pearls in it. Okay, next bag. So I got this beautiful piece. It is gorgeous. It's probably from some kind of like an Indian garment. It's feels like, yeah, it's definitely like a silk cotton blend, and it was $1 with all these little shashi mirrors. It's just so pretty. Be a really nice journal cover type thing, or who knows what shall come of it. Then, oh yes, another bag. And I got this bag because these are all like attached to like backings, either quilt backing or, this is interesting, I've never seen this before. So see this pattern, like this lining is the same as what they've done here. This is not really my colors, but I will dye it probably, put it in some nice dye. And then these are all, you know, backed with like quilting. These are silver, pretty, another one of those. And they're puffy and fun. And it's like, instead of quilting backing, they've used fabric doubled over, like to thicken it up, which is an interesting yet, you know, more expensive way of doing things for sure. Some batiks, so pretty. Some purple, more batik. This looks interesting too. It's like, I don't even really know. It's like, there's some Canadian, I don't know that I'll really use these. I get real yucky about patriotic things these days because the world feels very annoying to me about patriotism. So yeah, I probably won't use those for anything. And then a bunch of this backing stuff. This feels like this is like fusing like web, and then this is felt. I don't know that I necessarily will need to use that for a whole lot, but maybe, like, I should hang on to it for a bit because it might come in handy. Then I've got a bunch of these that are pink and purple. Lovely little like log cabin-y type squares. And then some fabric strips. I think there's about 3 patterns here. One is this pretty one with these little like bunches of berries and leaves. And then some little strips of this. Some greens, you know, just kind of greens and browns, and this kind of argyle type pattern, which isn't really my colors, but some of this I will quite enjoy using. Like, that's really nice. So yeah, that is the fabric, I think. Let me just get this out of the way. This one I'll organize a little better later. Oh, and then I found this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to wear it or I'm going to cut it up. But it's beautiful. It is like a corduroy tunic, and it's Indian, I'm pretty sure, khadi. And it was pink tag day, so I got this for $3. So it's got a little clasp up at the top here, but it's long, like it's basically like a dress, like a tunic, like a short dress. But look at this gorgeous fabric. Isn't that just amazing? I just really think it's pretty. So I was like, I don't even know if this will fit me or not. It might. I think it probably will. Yeah, it's so pretty. So I don't know if I will wash and wear or if I will repurpose, but it is just amazing. And it's really soft. It's like the softest corduroy. It's got like a very fine corduroy to it, so it's not like that vroom, 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 kind of, you know, the corduroy when you're walking and it makes that sound. Okay, books. Ooh. And it's a heavy little bag. Even though there's not a lot of books, there's just a few. And my husband's weird, he got some cassette tapes. I won't waste your time with those. I got the Crooked Pack, and I was worried they weren't going to let me buy it because it doesn't have a price on it. It was just thrown in like a bin, but like not everything has prices. Like they have set prices for something, so I think like this is a game, so it had a set price. But oh boy, there are some real feisty ladies that work at this thrift store. Like, they are no nonsense. There was this guy in front of me. So see the shape of these? They're crooked. Isn't that fun? And he's like, what's the price of this bag? And like, you just got the vibe from him that he probably pulled the tag off. He was trying to Macklemore his way through his thrifting. And the lady at the counter was no nonsense. She's like, nope, you're not getting this. This is going back into the back to be repriced. It will be on the floor tomorrow. And he's like, no, I need to speak to a supervisor. And she's like, I will not be calling anyone. No supervisor will be here. There is a sign that clearly states right there, we do not sell things that have no price. Like, she was bam and bam and bam in your face forever. She was really hardcore. I was kind of like scared. I'm like, ooh, you don't pull tags. Don't do it. But he's like, I need this bag. And they were arguing, and I was just like, oh, this is not going to go. You know, you just kind of get two matched personalities, like where they're both just like they're on the same hill, they're going to die on the hill. That's how it was. But then he got a phone call, so then it ended and I was able to pay, which is good because my son was putting like 300 necklaces on his neck and I was trying to get him out of there. Anyhow, this is Joyful Noise, Poems for Two Voices by Paul Fleischman, illustrated by Eric Beddoes, and it's a beautiful little book. So it's got these black and white illustrations. It seems to be really focused around different kinds of bugs, but in the most charming way. And it's literally poems for two voices. So like two people read the poem together. So the Moth's Serenade. I'm going to be two people now. You split me in half. Porch light, hear my plight, hear my plight. I drink your light like nectar, dream of you by day, gaze in your eyes all night, porch light. So see, it's like two voices should read these together. Two voices that don't have like oncoming laryngitis like I sort of do. I don't know what that's about. All of a sudden, I have this hoarseness to my voice. I don't know if I've entered a midlife puberty. I'm not sure, but it's no fun. And I did it again, you guys. Birds. Attracting birds to your backyard. Okay, but I have an excuse. Don't come at me yet. Just wait. So the reason why I needed this book, you see, even though I have 300 million bird books, is because of this. The illustrations are cool. They're bright and like they have these circles. Circles, guys. It's not just birds. It's birds in circles. We don't have that yet, right? We can get that. And I think they'll be amazing little, focal points. They're so cute. And there's an old man here with birds. That's going to be my husband in the future. Such beautiful birds. And there's like some botanicals. There's these kind of drawings. I mainly want these though. These cool, like circles. It's all about these circles for me. So yeah. It's a nice book. This is by Sally Roth, if you're wondering, and it is also, it's got these nice big plates too. It's not old. It's probably like 2000 and something. Let me see, in case you're looking for it. Oh, let me see. Oh, 1998. Okay. Then, okay, this is a cute book. Oy, come here. Come, little one. All right, so this is Love Letters by Antonia Fraser. It's this plain blue book. It didn't have a cover, like a jacket. Someone took the jacket away, but it's from 1976. And it's literally love letters. Some pages have been torn out. I noticed that. I don't know what was torn out. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of good stuff in here still. So they're love letters between people. So Marjorie Bruce and John Paston, Benjamin Disraeli and Mary Ann Wyndham Lewis, Park Street, Thursday night, 7th of February, 1839. And this is a long one. This is some, let's see, Robert Burns to Clorinda, Judy to Roddy. Trying to see if there's a shorter one here that I can read to you. Oh, we've got King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Do you think he was like, I love you, but one day, maybe I'll take your head. So let's read this one. It's circa 1528. In debating with myself the contents of your letters, I have been put to a great agony, not knowing how to understand them, whether to my disadvantage as shown in some places, or to my advantage as in others. I beseech you now with all my heart definitely to let me know your whole mind as to the love between us, for necessity compels me to plague you for a reply. Wow, he's not high maintenance much. He's going to plague her for a reply. Having been for more than a year now struck by the dart of love, and being uncertain either of failure or of finding a place in your heart and affection, which point has certainly kept me for some time from naming you my mistress, since if you only love me with an ordinary love, the name is not appropriate to you, seeing that it stands for an uncommon position very remote from the ordinary. But if it pleases you to do the duty of a true loyal mistress and friend, and to give yourself body and heart to me, who have been and will be your very loyal servant if your rigor does not forbid me, I promise you that not only the name will be due to you, but also to take you as my sole mistress, casting off all others than yourself out of mind and affection, and to serve you only, begging you to make me a complete reply to this my rude letter, as to how far and in what I can trust, and if it does not please you to reply in writing, to let me know of some place where I can have it by word of mouth. that which place I will seek out with my heart, no more for fear of wearying you. Written by the hand of him who would willingly remain yours, HR. So, yeah. Anne Boleyn was beheaded in 1538. Henry married her in secret in 1533. So she didn't last very long. But it's Anne Boleyn, you know, she had a complex story. So yeah, these are lovely. Like, there's a shorter one here. Jane Welsh Carlyle to Thomas Carlyle, St. Leonard's on Sea, 25th of April, 1864. Oh, my husband, I am suffering torments. Each day I suffer more horribly. Oh, I would like you beside me. I am terribly alone, but I don't want to interrupt your work. I will wait till we are in our own hired house, and then if I am no better, you must come for a day. Your own wretched JWC. Are we sure these are nagging letters? I don't know. We have James Joyce. I'm surprised it's so short. This is from James Joyce. Come on. I'm sure it's not a novel. So we have had someone's been cutting this, junk journalers, who is in here taking all my stuff. Anyways, I like this book. I want to read some of it. I want to read and use some of the pages. Oh, the lovely Oscar Wilde and Lord Alfred Douglas. Some lovely things, though. Some beautiful pictures and certainly interesting stuff. Rejections. Oh, so fun. If only we could sit and read these love letters. Okay, this is my favorite, most awesomest, most bestest find of the day. Are you ready? Are you ready? Look at this. I've never even seen this before. Dutch Treat, the artist's life written and painted by himself. My very own Rien Portfoliet. I'm so excited, you guys. Oh my gosh. So this is the gnomes book guy, the wildlife guy. He is like, you know, y'all love Edith Holden. He's my Edith Holden. Rien Portfoliet, I strive to be like half as talented as him. Although I spent like 6 hours painting a rabbit today, and it's still not turning out how I want it to, and I'm really annoyed. But I did listen to a video today about Mary Ellen, my friend at Red Parrot, talking about how she enjoys that I do so much illustration for my journals. When I don't have the things that I need to make my journal, I will go and illustrate things. And it's true, I do. I go with my iPad and I sit for hours, usually while I'm waiting for my kids, like, you know, to go to some lesson and stuff. So I'm like, I will stick by this rabbit until it is done. But anyways, look at this book. Are you seeing this? Look at this dog in this hat. So this is more of a story about Rien Portfoliet, and I'll just share. Let me back up my camera. Hold on. This is a rather large book, so I want to get as much as I can in frame so you can see that every page of this delightful book, oh my goodness, is just beyond words amazing. And I'm struggling here because I don't have this book already in my library, so I don't know that I will be making a journal from it because it's too darn delightful. But I was thinking, as I've been working on the Beatrix Potter scrapbooks, that I would love a Rien Portfoliet scrapbook. And I actually thought about that last night as I was trying to go to sleep. And then of course today I find this book. Like, so yeah, this is a score. I freaked out. As soon as I saw it, I just went at it like a seagull on a French fry and swooped on it and threw it in my cart. I was drawing Mickey Mouse here. That's interesting. Lots of kids. Oh, it's just so good. So good. So this book, in case you're looking for it, is mine, and if you find it, you have to send it to me because I have to have all of them. 1980, Rien Portfoliet. Just yum. Okay, I gotta move on. So yeah, it's Dutch Treat, the artist's life written and painted by himself. Rien Portfoliet works in his rustic home in Holland, surrounded by the natural landscape of forest, field, and marsh. He has entranced people worldwide, both as an artist, with his sensitive and beautiful renderings of the coming and goings of animals and humans, and as a man who writes about his own way of living in nature. So yeah, wonderful. Okay, and then this book I got because I shouldn't be buying things like this because I have enough big books. This Beautiful Britain, I got it to potentially populate more things in my, and it's green, so it made me happy, in my Beatrix Potter work. I thought it might be nice to have some England kind of things, more England things, because I might need them. And also I just thought this was a really nice book. I like the encyclopedia-ishness of this because these books are great, right? You've got this amazing bird illustration down here, and then you've got these lovely photographs that, like, they're kind of matte, they're not super shiny. So, like, this is the kind of thing, you can place a focal point here. You have a Victorian lady, pop her here in the forest, add some words, and you've got a really interesting piece. And then, there's just lots of little things that are very random. You've got maps, you've got, I just saw a really nice blackwork illustration of a swan. Like, look at that, it's like a nice little label. These kind of books are a treasure trove. You find so many different kinds of illustration styles because they're typically a compendium of different things, right? Works by different people. Look at that, that fern. Okay, books, you need to all stay up here and stop trying to fall off my desk. Then I got this, which is Canada Goose at Cattail Lane by Janet Hoffman, illustrated by Daniel J. Stigos. This is Smithsonian's Backyard. They had another one about, like, lightning bugs, but I didn't get it. I have another one. I forget what one it is, but this is a whole series of books, and they're really beautifully illustrated. So this is about Canada geese, my favorite angry Canadians, and yeah, look at those illustrations. Also, just, this is the attitude that I'm going to have by the end of today. My work day is not over, and I'm going, probably half an hour from now, I'm going to look just like that. But I'm taking a break right now because I need one. It's been a crabby kind of day for me. So look at these cuties. We're actually in the season right now where they're all nesting in the weirdest places ever. So my local library has had to shut down, oh, look at this seagull, their whole, like, ramp for accessibility that wraps around the building. And you have to ring a bell now to be able to use it and they've had to put these signs up everywhere that say aggressive geese, beware. So, like, beside where the ramp is, there's like a little garden area over here between the building and the ramp. And that's where they've nested. So they're all doing that thing where they're threatening to, like, stab you if you come near their nest. And so it's just not safe. So you've got to be directed there if you need the ramp. I found Christmas Trolls by Jan Brett. I know I have a copy of this already, but I love this one so much. I just love it so much. So first of all, I love trolls and things like that. I love her Christmas trees beyond words, this amazing reindeer. Like, there's just such iconic images in here. Maybe I need to make a Jan Brett scrapbook to just get her out of my system because I just love her so much. Okay, and then this book looked like nothing at all. I was like, what is this book? So it's called Mary Wears What She Wants. And I just looked at it and opened it up. Boy clothes, girl clothes. Mary wears what she wants. And first of all, look how cute it is, how they put all these words here. Like, it's so fun. This is 2019 by Keith Negley. And I'm definitely going to read this with my kids. Once upon a time, but not too long ago, girls weren't allowed to wear pants. Can you imagine? The only thing girls could wear were uncomfortable dresses, heavy and hot and hard to breathe in dresses, tied too tight and can't bend over dresses. It's the way things have always been and the way things will always be, they said, and no one thought it should be any different. Actually, the last part's not entirely true. Mary thought it should be different, and she had an idea. Look at these illustrations. Aren't they great? A very daring idea. A great idea. Mary liked it so much she went into town to show everyone. It was kind of a big deal. And not everyone liked it. You're going to regret wearing pants, Mary Walker, they all said. No, I won't, Mary said back. But she kind of did. Mary didn't understand why everyone cared so much about what she wore. "They've never seen a girl wearing pants before," said her father. "Sometimes people get scared of what they don't understand." "So I should go back to wearing dresses?" asked Mary. "I didn't say that," said her dad. That night, Mary didn't get a wink of sleep. The next morning, Mary decided she didn't like being told what to wear. Pants were just plain better in all sorts of ways. As she left for school, she discovered she could even walk faster in pants, which Mary appreciated because of all these stinky people. Stinky stinkies. But when Mary got to school, it was more of the same. She started to worry this was how things were going to be from now on. "I'd like to go to school, please," said Mary. "But you're wearing boys' clothes," they all said. "I'm not wearing boys' clothes," said Mary. "I'm wearing my clothes. Now, if you'll excuse me, please, I'm late for school." And with that, she pushed through the door and went inside, prepared for even more of the same. Except it wasn't the same at all. Of course it wasn't. It's going to be kids. Kids aren't jerks like adults are. And it was never the same again. And look, all the kids are wearing whatever they want. Woohoo! So, love this. Great book. So this I'm definitely going to keep and read with my kids because it's such a great book that I think will give me lots of platform for many conversations about people's, people's rights and their autonomy. Mary Edwards Walker was born in 1832 in Oswego, New York. She developed a keen sense of independence and a zeal for justice early on in her life and was far ahead of her time. She was one of the first women known to wear pants, which must have been a shocking notion. As she grew older, she was arrested repeatedly for it, for which she said in her defense, "I don't wear men's clothes, I wear my own clothes." She went on to graduate from medical school in 1855 at a time when many people said women shouldn't. She volunteered with the Union Army in 1861 and was a surgeon in the Civil War, even though many people believed women couldn't. She often worked behind enemy lines and was eventually captured by Confederates. Ew. They demanded that she wear a dress, but no matter how hard they tried, she wouldn't. In 1865, Dr. Mary Walker was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration that can be given. She was very proud and wore it every day, and as of the time that this book was written, she is the only woman to have received it. Oh, we need to change that. Mary spent the rest of her life writing, lecturing, and fighting for women's rights to vote and to wear what they want. Mary continued to wear what she wanted and cause a stir until her death in 1919 at the ripe age of 87. We can thank Mary Walker, the teacher, surgeon, war hero, writer, and activist, for challenging the social norms of her day and paving the way for us so that we can all enjoy the right to wear what we want. Amazing. Okay. And then, what's next? Is this last? This is last. Okay. A Noteworthy Tale. This is a lovely looking book. I did not honestly do a lot of looking at it, other than I was like, yep, it looks great. Let's get it. Because books are 50 cents at this store, and I go a little bananas because they're so good. I don't know what this is about. Not So Profundo, Woke Up Singing. So it's sort of like a book. It's a music story. Probably going to read this later today and then decide to read it with my kids, but I thought the illustrations were awesome. Look at this guy. He looks scary. Yeah, really cool book. So that is my haul for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these things, and hopefully you will not give me too hard of a look for all this fabric that I got that I shouldn't have really got, but I'm a rebel and I do the things that I gotta do. So anyways, until next time, as I always say, may the thrifting fairies be with you, because those girls follow me around a little too much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.